Welcome back to another video, guys. In this video, I'll tell you how I got rich following very simple things in the financial markets. I've divided this video into two parts. In the first part, that is the current part you're watching, I will be explaining a lot of things about personal finance, the key rules that I follow. And in the next part that will come out next Saturday, 10:30 a.m., I'll be explaining about key rules that I follow in investing and trading, and I'll be giving out a lot of details that I've not covered earlier. So just keep the notifications on. This video will be coming out on Saturday 10:30 a.m. With respect to personal finance, my personal take on this is that you can have the greatest of strategies and systems in place, but unless and until you're good at personal finance, that is managing your own money, none of the strategies will matter in the trading and investing world. So just stick around for the next 15-20 minutes. I will change your perspective about personal finance forever. And this is not a get rich quick kind of video, but if you follow the rules that I'll tell you, over a period of time, you will accumulate substantial amount of wealth. So just keep an open mind and let us now begin with the rules of personal finance. So before we move forward, please note that there are over 200 free videos available on this channel for you to learn trading and investing. Just go to the link here. I'll make sure the link is easily visible. Also, when you click on the playlist, each and every video has been organized in a playlist so that you can learn in a proper sequence, take notes, and get better at trading and investing. And make sure you have clicked the subscribe button and the bell icon. This is the only way you will get notified when a new video is released on this channel. So let us begin with the first rule I follow in money management. Take a screenshot of this, and all of the calculations I'm showing are on a post-taxation basis. So the way I like to divide my money is that I allocate 20% for savings, 20% for investment, 50% for paying your basic expenditure bills, that is electricity, children fees, all of those kind of things. 9% I allocate for entertainment and travel, and donations I set for 1%. This is something you can follow, especially if you're starting out practicing important rules about money management. Take a note at this data here. Debt always has to be 0%. Don't take out your credit card and swipe it all the way around to accumulate a lot of debt in your life. Don't do this mistake. In general, try and divide your money this way. See, the thing is, my formula for money management, if you see, is savings plus investments plus basic expenditure plus entertainment and travel plus donation. This is what I follow. And if you add all of this up, this comes to 100%. So let's say you have a monthly income of something like 50,000. Out of this, at the first 20% should be removed for savings, then 20% for investment. After this, you'll still be left with 60% of money, in which you will have to manage your basic expenditure that takes place, your day-to-day expenditure that is, and then it will also include entertainment, travel, and donation. This is how I structure my money. And over a period of time, this really helps out. The next thing in money management that you need to understand is the 4 stages of personal finance. The first stage is when you recognize the fact that you cannot live from paycheck to paycheck. You need to plan for the next 10 years. If you think 10 years is a lot of time, let me tell you, it will just flash by and the next decade will already be over. That is why take a look at all the people who are around you. 90% of people are not even thinking this way. And if you start thinking in terms of planning your financials over the next 10 years, then you will be ahead of majority of people and you'll be reaching a stage where very few people reach. The next stage in personal finance is about the habit of saving. If you talk to any successful professional trader, investor in the market, you'll realize that apart from the fact that they have skill in trading and investing, they have immense skill in saving their money. I'll come to some specific examples in the next slide. The third important stage is to live a frugal lifestyle. What do I mean by frugal lifestyle? In this, whatever money you're making, you live below your means. That is, you can afford n number of things, but you choose not to do so. You sacrifice today, you live a very minimalistic lifestyle, and you delay any big expenditure that takes place in your account, because this is the money that you will save, which you will diversify into various assets, which will over a period of time grow your money. We are living in times when we need to have the latest car, latest gadget, all those sort of things. But the people who run behind those sort of things, they will never get wealthy over a period of time. Learn to save money, learn to live a frugal lifestyle. Initially, there will come a time where you'll be able to afford anything in life, and then you need to diversify your money. So I'll now explain a few things about savings, because this is the most overlooked aspect when it comes to trading and investing, and almost no book covers this subject. So if you look at this data, I'm starting with the amount of 1 lakh. I've taken very modest numbers so that everyone can understand this. This is 20,000 monthly contribution to the savings account, and the rate of interest is 6%. Do you know what happens in the period of 10 years? If you begin here, at the end of 10 years, this will be your final amount. It will be close to something like 36, 37 lakhs. Just by developing a simple habit of saving, keeping this money aside, you can get this amount at the end of 10 years. Again, you must be thinking 10 years is a lot of time, but just imagine how the last 10 years have gone past in your life. Again, the next 10 years will go the same way. So just by saving, you can generate huge amount of money, and this money you can either use for emergency purpose, or you can even further invest this in the market. I'll come to some more details about savings at a later stage, but first let me cover the important concept of compounding. Now, the one thing that really helped me do well in life is understanding compounding at an early age. Now, I won't go into the detail because this has been covered in many books, many videos, but basically in compounding, your money is making a return over your capital and on the returns that you have already generated. So just Google about it. This is a very simple concept, but I just want to explain few things with the help of data. In compounding, there are three things that are important. Number one, if you start early, that is in your 20s, 30s, then that will be really helpful to you. If already you are in your 50s and 60s, don't worry about it. Teach this to your children. So if you can get your children to watch this current video, because that is when it will be really helpful for them, because they need to understand the basics of money management at a very young age. And if you're a youngster, 20, 30, get started in savings, get started in investing your money, and let compounding do its magic. The next thing that works really well in compounding, or rather matters in compounding, is the number of years that you save money and you invest money. Again, I'll put out some data with respect to this so that you can understand this better. And if you're someone who does not have enough capital, again, compounding will work for you, because as you do well in your life, the amount of money that you will save and invest both will increase, and so will the effect of compounding. So let me just put out some specific data so that you can understand this better. Now, to understand compounding, let us take up three different examples and then I'll explain you a few things. So what we are doing is investing for a period of 10 years. In the first example, we are starting with the initial capital of 5 lakhs. Again, a very modest amount. Most of the people in 30s, 40s should be able to do this. And then monthly contributions of 20,000 for the next 10 years. And the rate of interest is 15%. Don't worry, I'll show you how to get this 15% also. So what happens to your money over a period of 10 years? If you start today, then over the period of 10 years, your capital will grow to something like 67 or 68 lakhs. That is just if you begin with the modest amount of 5 lakhs and then contribute 20,000 every month. Now, if the rate of interest changes to 20%, the same parameters remain: 5 lakh initial investment, 20,000 monthly contribution for a period of 10 years. Your capital then grows to something like 87 lakhs. So in the previous example with 15%, your capital grew to something like 67 lakhs in 10 years. As the rate of interest increases to 5% more, that is 20%, it grows to 87%, which means your initial contribution matters, your monthly installment also matters, but what matters more is also the rate of return. Now let us take a look at this example. In this example, initial investment is set at 5 lakhs. Monthly contribution has now increased from 20,000 to 50,000. Rate of interest is 15%. Now 15% may be a huge number for you, but just do a historical ETF return of something like Nifty Bank, of Sensex, of Nifty 50. For Nifty, it is closer to 13-14%. Nifty Bank, it is 18%. So this number that you see is not that difficult. But again, I'll explain a few things with respect to this number also. So with these data points, if you see, your capital grows to something like 1.3 CR over a period of 10 years. So there are three things that were important in compounding. One, initial investment, your monthly contribution, and rate of return. Now let me just explain you a few things with respect to this. So when it comes to compounding, there are few things that textbooks never tell you. In my experience, there are two things that compound over a period of time. The first is your money, and the second one, which is more important, is your skill set. That is skill as a trader and investor. And both of these are linked, and actually it is skills that is more important. And as you learn more, as you compound your knowledge, that is when money will start growing exponentially. So when it comes to understanding concepts in trading and investing, I've always maintained that you just need to go through my free videos. I've covered almost all aspects of trading and investing that you require to succeed over a period of time. You just have to click on the I icon here and access all the videos that I've done on this channel. Now, a lot of you have told me that you cannot see the eye icon here on mobile device. Please do one thing. For each video, I link up relevant videos either in the description box below. So below the video player, you can just see the description box. Click on show more. You'll get all the links. Else in the comment section, I link up all the relevant videos. So just click on the comment section link. You will come to know the relevant videos. On the mobile device, if you see below the comment section, again, the first comment, I always leave all the relevant videos. Please click here in case you cannot see the eye icon. Now, why understanding of skills and the growth of money, the link between these two is important is because as your skills will grow in the market, you'll be able to achieve what I've explained here. So if your skill set currently is that you can generate only 4% return in a year, that is in your trading or investing account, then it will take you 18 years for you to grow your capital, that is double your capital. Now, if your skill set is that you can generate 8% return every year, then it will take you 9 years to double your capital. And similarly, if you have a skill set of 12%, it will take you 6 years. If you have 18% skill set, it will again take you 4 years to double your money. If you can make something like 20% compounded growth, then every 2.8 years, you will double up your money. And the reason why I put up this example is because in countless videos, I have told you that always aim for 20 to 25% compounded return. The main reason being that it will take you roughly 3 years to double your money in the market. And this is nothing but skill set. There are a lot of people who do it. 18 to 25% is what you should aim for. Again, if you have seen my last 3-4 videos, this is what I keep repeating and this is the science behind it. For those of you who are channel members, please note that the video on strongest sectors in stocks and the current market structure has already been released. I've just shown you how you should be trading in current times. And those who are in the positional trading membership, the next episode, that is episode 10, will be coming out tomorrow. So please keep your notifications on and please be active in the community section. And for those of you who are not channel members, you can just join channel membership for 1 month and watch all the 55 videos in price and volume analysis series. So these videos are spread out across 5 main playlists. The first series is about price volume analysis. The second series is about application of price and volume analysis. Third series is about detailed rule on pullback trading. Fourth series is about pivot range and POC analysis. Within this, Anchor VWAP is also covered. And the fifth series is an ongoing series on gap trading. So when it comes to compounding, skill is actually a huge factor. And this is the main reason I tell you that you need to be consistent in the amount of effort you put. And you have to multiply this by number of years. Trading and investing is just like any other profession. The more number of years you put in, the more your skill set will improve. And that is where you'll be able to quickly double up your money. This is a secret, if I can tell you, or a holy grail if you like to hear those words. This is the thing that you need to focus upon, not all the fancy stuff that is shown on various other mediums. Those are all selling points, but focus on the formula of consistency into the number of years. This is where the true impact of compounding will kick in. So in this section, let me give out some psychological key points and some personal tips I have gathered over the years. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is actually savings that will determine how rich you get in life, or rather how wealthy you get over a period of time. What I would suggest is that write down all expenditures every day and at end of each month analyze your expenditures and try and cut out any unnecessary expenditure you do. The next thing I'll tell you, especially if you are in the millennial generation, don't just buy things to impress anybody. If there are people in your life who are getting impressed by the kind of car you drive or the kind of mobiles you have, then those are the kind of people that you need to get rid of, and you need to surround yourself with people who genuinely care about you. This is one of the biggest learnings that I can give you in life. Don't ignore this. There is no shortcut that will give you tremendous amount of wealth, and don't fall for this trap. Just follow the guidelines that I have given out, and a lot of people, genuine people who share knowledge in terms of personal finance, just follow those important points and over a period of time you will do well. And when it comes to saving, the more you save, the more you will have money to invest. That money will compound, and in general, then you will grow over a period of time. Every single cent that you spend in your life, every single rupee that you're spending in your life is the money that will never compound for you. That is why develop this habit of saving more money. Be judicious in how you spend. This is the single biggest tip that I can give you in terms of becoming wealthy as the years progress ahead. Now, there is one more important point that I want to tell you is that if you're doing a job, if you're doing a side business, Of course, your savings should grow over a period of time. You should be investing this money and your capital will grow over few years. But there is one more thing you can do, and that is in terms of building some side income that will contribute towards your savings, that will remove some pressure over your head in terms of expenditures, in terms of investing more money. See, have you noticed one thing? I'll just talk with respect to our field. There are many successful traders both in India, both across the world, Europe, US, who diversify their trading income into businesses. So first they will be trading their own account, investing their own money, and then they also get into the field of education. You'll see a lot of traders in the US, they host a lot of events, seminars, webinars, and they try and make some side income which will contribute towards more savings and more investments. So if you're a good coder, let's say you're into coding, you're exceptionally good at coding, get into education stream, open up your channel, teach people how to code. If you're someone who paints well, again, apart from your main job, open up a channel where you'll teach people how to paint. Develop this side income and then contribute towards your saving and investment. And if you look at all the successful business people, everybody moves towards generating multiple streams of revenue. So even if traders are trading their own account and they get into education, they teach people how to trade, they have their channels, they host seminar, webinars, that is completely fine. The only thing here is that they should do it ethically. This is what I always vouch for. This is what I always try to follow. You have to do it ethically. Don't cheat people. That is something only negative people do. But focus on what I'm writing here. Multiple streams of revenue is always important and it helps in savings and investments. And eventually this will again contribute towards compounding your money. Now let me give out two psychological points which your mind will tell you as you begin the journey of systematic investments of compounding. The first excuse your mind will give you is that your salary is very less and expenditures, responsibilities are way more. Let me tell you for this point that every trader investor has gone through this stage. And in today's time, people are more than inclined to spend something like $299 a month, $499 a month on something like Netflix, Amazon Prime, those kind of things. But they don't want to put this money aside into systematic investments, into the power of compounding. This is what I'll tell you. In terms of excuse, you gotta be more determined. You have to do proper budgeting, keep money aside. As soon as you get your salary, calculate the post-tax figure and directly put it into savings. This is nothing but long-term discipline. I can tell you one thing, that a person who is on a regular job, let's say there are two people, A and B. If A does proper budgeting, saves money, invests, compounds his money, he will be in a much better position in the next 10 years when compared to B, who does not do all this and lives from one paycheck to another paycheck. So there is a remarkable difference between how you will treat your money, because that is what is going to help you towards financial freedom in the years to come. The second common excuse that you get from your mind is in terms of satisfaction, instant gratification when you're spending a lot. Especially this applies to the newer generations who are doing well in life these days. There's a tendency to spend a lot. Avoid this. If you really want to become financially independent in the next 10 years, you have to follow the guidelines I have given out or create your own custom plans. You can even consult a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor or a consultant. You might get some better inputs into how you need to grow your money, how you need to save, how to do proper budgeting. Those kind of things are really helpful. And this, if I tell you, is the untold sort of secret of becoming a successful trader, investor, what I've given you. And these are some things you only learn with experience. In most of the books, you won't find these points that I've mentioned, is because very few people go through this stage of starting small and then growing big as time progresses. So make use of my experience, my learnings. This is something that will shorten up your learning curve incredibly, and you would be able to grow much faster. So when it comes to personal finance and its role in you becoming extremely successful over the years, do not underestimate this process, because this is what most of the experienced traders and investors will tell you, and this has personally helped me do really well in life. So keep the notifications on for the second part, where I will be explaining a lot of technical details about investing and trading. And meanwhile, do click on the playlist in front of you, because this is where I've gone in depth in trading psychology, in trading mindset, and what you need to follow in order to become a successful trader and investor. So thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. Kindly consider hitting the like button if you find the content useful. Have a great weekend ahead. Take care and be safe.